Oh, look, there's always focus areas and improvements to be made in any game of cricket. We felt clearly RCB took wickets in the power play and probably derailed us through the middle a little bit there, where we had to probably rebuild for a little bit longer than we would have liked. And that's an area definitely that we can improve. But it's not a major concern. We've got some fantastic players up the top there. We've got some world-class players at the top, and most times, or more times than not, they're going to succeed. That's clearly an area from this game. The fielding's probably been something in the first 4 games as a whole where we can improve, definitely. We saw today that just when we started to get a little bit of pressure onto the opposition and started to build up some good pressure, it was released by some poor fielding at times. So that's a focus area, and the guys know that. But the biggest thing for me is that that the players are putting in their best, and sometimes there's errors, and we've just got to minimise those errors across all 3 disciplines, and we'll no doubt get a better result moving forward. No doubt. I think that's probably a reflection of the last 2 games. But if you look at the first 2 games, that sort of partnership at the top, or the second game in particular, Joss and Steve are at the top there, and then Sandhu coming in at 3. We feel as though that the best players at the top getting the most amount of balls gives us the best opportunity of winning. So it's something that we'll continue to discuss. Like most teams at this time of the tournament, we probably haven't settled on our team that we think, that's 100% the correct team for us at this time. We're learning a lot about our players. We've got 12 new players that have been added this year, so every game we get information, but the key thing is to make really good decisions moving forward, and we'll assess and see where we're at, and no doubt make some changes that we feel they're needed. Oh, there's no doubt. All 24 plus, with Stokesy when he arrives, 25 players are a live chance of playing, and they're preparing the best they can. And Mahi was a great story today. We backed him in the middle order to do the job against the spin that we knew that we're going to come up against RCB, and he did a fantastic job. It's always difficult to come in for your first game of a tournament. But he prepared well. We were here early enough to prepare for the surfaces and the situations that he was going to encounter throughout the tournament. So he was a great success story for today. One of the few positives. But once again, if you're building those positives, we had Rahul Tewatia as well. We had Jofra Archer, who's given us some options at the death. We've had Tom Curran. We've had a lot of players enter the tournament. So we feel as though the preparation was good, but it's just about settling on what is that best side for us. Oh, no doubt. I think the conditions always are a factor to your bowling unit. I think the surface slowed up. We probably had the best of the conditions, winning the toss and batting with RCB in the field for an extended period of time in that heat. We weren't able to capitalise that, but the surface definitely did slow up a little bit. Virat played beautifully. Padikkal played beautifully as well. And we couldn't get early wickets. So I think sometimes the wicket counts a reflection on the batters. I think they played beautifully, and we were unable to penetrate their top order and give us a look at the middle to give us a chance to win the game. I think it's a bit early to be worrying about form and all that sort of stuff. We're 4 games into the tournament. Clearly they haven't had their best entry into the tournament in the games that they have played, or the opportunities that they have had, but they're quality players. But as I said, when it comes to selection of the team, we're going to pick the best 11 that we think against the opposition and the surface that we're playing on that can win matches for Rajasthan, and that's our job. And we've seen we had one change this game. We've had some changes earlier in the tournament. Clearly when Ben Stokes does arrive, that'll potentially force a change as well, and change the formation of how we play. So we've just got to step our way through and make sure that we're making good decisions and picking the right players at the right time, and that's a real challenge.